Good morning, Miss Mary. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
Your Honor, on Sunday, February 23rd, 2025, officers observed a vehicle hit a curb median while traveling eastbound at the 10,500 Almeda Genoa Road in Harris County, Texas. A traffic stop was conducted. The officer smelled a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage on her breath and observed her to have glassy eyes. The defendant admitted to drinking the Black Tequila Sunrise alcoholic beverage. SMSTs were conducted. It was a 6 out of 6 on the H but they transported her to JPC for the other test due to raining weather and the defendant being wearing heels. She then at JPC refused the rest of the SMSTs and blood warrants.
Okay. Miss Mary, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Have you run her to see if she has any prior DWIs and if she has a license? Please. Miss Mary, I'm going to, like I said, find probable cause. I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using either, I will revoke your bond, put you in custody. Do you understand?
He is eligible if he is necessary.
Great. As long as you have valid liability insurance in your name, as well as the license, you may continue to drive. If you do not have either, then you may not drive. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with counsel and they'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you've gone AWOL, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Don't pick up any new case. All right? For now, I'll have you sign a resale. Victoria will have you get with Felicia for your bond conditions, then you're free to go. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Or Rachel Gutierrez. Ms. Gutierrez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you now.
On February 23rd, 2025, at approximately 3 o'clock in the morning, the officer observed a vehicle fail to signal lane changes twice and disregard traffic control devices, changing lanes over solid white lane markers, and then return to the lane it was already in. The temporary tag that the defendant had on her vehicle was expired as of January 17, 2025, and was voided. The officer continued to follow the vehicle, and the vehicle repeatedly failed to drive in a single lane despite another vehicle in front of it. The vehicle was also...
Another DWI case begins, and the judge isn't wasting a second laying down the law.
The officer made contact with the defendant driver, and she was identified by Texas driver's license. The officer observed red, glassy eyes and the odor of alcohol emitting from the defendant's person. The officer also observed the odor of marijuana emitting from the vehicle. The defendant admitted to consuming 2 beers and admitted to smoking a blunt while driving until the officer pulled her over. The defendant stated she was headed north, and she stated she was headed home, but her home was in the opposite direction as she was traveling. SFSTs were conducted. 4 out of 6 clues observed on the HTN, 4 out of 8 clues observed on the walk-in turn, 2 out of 4 clues observed on the one-leg stand. The defendant consented to provide a blood specimen.
Okay. Any prior DWIs? And can you...
No prior DWIs, and her driver's license is eligible.
Okay. Ms. Gutierrez, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming either, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds.
Okay.
Do you understand? Ma'am, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, or would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer?
Apply.
Okay. Deputy Miranda's going to give you an application. I'll have you fill out an application or sign a receipt. Victoria will get police if your bond conditions, and we'll take a look at your application.
Okay.
Please. Can you be here Monday? If we don't get them today, can you be here Monday?
Yes, and I think that's what we're anticipating on doing. I talked with the chief, talking with the coroner. I think the plan will be to roll into Monday.
Okay.
Find out. This, you may recall, this is the issue. This had the competency questions. The gentleman who we did competency order, he'd been sent out of state to Louisiana. We did get that back. It had some issues, and he was on a 90-day mental health PTI. So there are some questions, and I need to see what state he's in, etc. And I just have some concerns now about.
Obviously, because it's number 4.
And if he's not going to be accepting DDRP, I mean, I think it's leaving us with very little options here. And I just can't do the options.
So you want DDRP?
Well, I don't think DDRP is acceptable.
What do you think?
Well, we did a TRAS before in order to see about that. The
Did you-
TRAS, during the TRAS, they said, well, it's hearing voices, so we can't really continue the TRAS. And then their recommendation was, we can't accept them in our DDRP because there's been a history of aggressiveness with the staff. And so we tried to go that route and just didn't find any available kind of resources. And so that's where we thought, well, maybe the best resource is a mental health PTI. And that's where things were at until, at least to my knowledge, until I got that email.
Okay,
Right.
I guess we'll roll it to Monday, we'll figure out.
Yes.
I'll look at it and speak it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Brent.
Back to back, impaired driver Steve's courtroom is running on pure chaos today.
Ms. McKelby, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
On February 21st, 2025, officers observed a black SUV traveling northbound on the Gulf Freeway at a high rate of speed at 98 miles per hour. The registration was expired as of February 2024. A traffic stop was conducted and the officer detected a strong stand. She consented to breath, which came back to a 0.139135.
Can you prior DWIs? You are under NCRC, please.
Yes, Your Honor. There's no prior DWIs. There are a couple of theft convictions.
Right.
Um,
And license, please.
Her license now.
Ms. McKelvey, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any illegal substances like marijuana, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you do not have a valid Texas driver license and a liability insurance, then you're not allowed to drive as well. That is also a bond condition of yours. Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? Or would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer?
I'm a hard one.
Okay. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. You will get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and after that, you'll be free to go, ma'am.
Okay.
Good
Are
morning.
you signing? This is Mr. Mendoza?
Yes, Judge. And we should have a attorney appearance on file.
Let's see. I got it. You are Mr. Mendoza. Sir, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. On the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. On the gun case, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
On February 23rd, 2025, officer observed the defendant fail to stop at a designated stopping point in Harris County, Texas. The defendant was driving and stopped after the white stop line at the intersection when the traffic light was red. The defendant almost crashed into another vehicle before stopping, so a traffic stop was initiated. While the defendant was stopping, he ran into a chain link barrier that was blocking a private property. The defendant, the driver, was identified by his Texas driver's license and stated that he was coming from his sister's residence. The officer observed the defendant to have bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and an odor of an alcoholic beverage. The officer asked the defendant to exit the vehicle, and the officer observed him to be unsteady on his feet. The HGN was a 6 out of 6. The defendant was then detained. He advised that he had a handgun under the middle console. The SFSTs were conducted at the intoxication room, which was a 5 out of 8 on the walk and turn and a 2 out of 4 on the one leg stand. The DIC was read and consented to breath, which came back to a 0.150 and a 0.145.
Okay. Any prior DWIs, and does he have a license?
In your honor. And his driver's license is eligible.
Okay. Mr. Mendoza, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, your bond will be revoked. You will go into custody. No more PR bonds. Do you understand? Now you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with them, and they'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. For now, I'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. You'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and then you're free to go.
No weapons?
Yeah, I guess so. Right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay,
May I be
thanks,
excused?
guys.